Alright everyone, hello and welcome to SmurfCup Canyon number 359. I'm Thomas Mangozi, aka G-Geek here, and I will be your host for this new edition of the SmurfsCup. As we switch scene right here, this is right now the pre-race. We are currently playing on Grand Focus by Ivo. This is one of the few maps that we're going to be playing today. And so, if you weren't there last week, it was a battle between two Hype Boys drivers, Mebe and Cloud, for the overall win. For the overall win on SmurfsCup 358. Thank you very much, Maxi, for the host. I really appreciate it, mate. And yeah, so back to what happened last week. The battle was really tense between Mebe and Cloud, and in the end it was Mebe who got the better and won SmurfCup number 358 by just 5 points over Cloud in P2. So, for those of you who are not familiar with the SmurfCup Canyon, here's the basic rundown. The cup is played in rounds mode across 7 maps. A map is won when the player reaches a points tally of 180 points or more. All the points from all the players are tallied up for the final rankings, and the player with the most points wins 6,000 out of the 20,000 planets that are at stake in each cup. So then, we are at 10 minutes before the start of the cup. People are just joining little by little. We're expecting around 20 players there or thereabouts. This has been it's been the common figure of participants here during the SmurfsCup, as we're going to see. So here is the winner from last week, Mebe12 from Australia, playing for Team Hype Boys, who's still going to be contending in the grand final of CEP Season 5. Shameless plug, don't forget to tune into this channel tomorrow, as I will be casting CEP Season 5's grand final. 8 teams, including the Hype Boys guys, are going to be battling it out for the coveted Season 5 champion title. The stream will start at 1940 Central European Summertime, with the match is set to start at 8 o'clock, top of the hour. So don't forget, tomorrow, June 23rd, tune in on this channel at 1940 for the live CEP Season 5 Grand Final. So, we got Mebe, and then we got the man that came oh so close to reclaiming the title he reluctantly gave up on SmurfsCup number 367 by not being able to attend that particular cup. It is Cloud from the Netherlands, one of the Flying Dutchmen, along with Red Extra. It must be admitted. I also like to call him Mr. SmurfCup because from May the 11th, so from SmurfsCup number 353 to 356, this guy was not even nobody was close to beating this man right there. He won even the cup before that. He won actually on the May 4th, from May 4th, so from 352 to 356, he was absolutely unbeaten. He won all 5 SmurfCups in a row, which is why I call him Mr. SmurfCup. Anyway, so we are currently switching onto another map. We're still not live yet. We're only like 8 minutes before the start of the cup, as we're currently seeing all the maps that we're going to be playing. So this is Amnesia from Revols, Chilean player from Tortuco. Speaking of the maps, here's the current map order. It is the same as the beginning of the month. So first up, we're going to play an Edgo map called Aeon Prime. Second is Grand Focus, the map we just saw earlier by Nordplay and Ibo. Third is the map you're currently seeing right now, Amnesia from Revols. Fourth map is going to be Drive-By Stalking from Bootifara. Fifth map is going to be Anoia by Racho. Sixth map is Elevated by Zombak. And to close it all off is Bookbark from Ivo, sorry. So then, on to... let's see who's actually in there. We got Frico, who managed to get a good haul of points and get himself into the top 10, it seems, if I recall the results correctly from last week. I don't have the results up there in there, so sorry about that, guys. Then we got Mixu from Team Pampa Jabats in CEP, who was not able to attend last week. I don't know what just happened there, but that will remain to be seen. Then we got Zolida Zehond, one of the members of Team Smurfin 3, which was a team that I actually played with in the CEP Season 5. Unfortunately, we went out of the Consolidation Final. Credits must go to this man, though, because regardless of whatever angle you take, this guy is still impressively quick. And yeah, he was one of the main forces of Smurfin 3 at that point. So then we also got Maxi from Team Smurf, who did not compete in CEP. He's mostly competing in the Smurf Cups. Thank you, Red Extra, for the follow, by the way. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you supporting the hustle of a Frenchman who's trying to get into Trackmania casting. So then we got Maxi. Then we've got Seven, one of the main contenders in the top 10 from last week and from the previous week even. Then we got Lex, one of the guys who has been contending for top 20 spots. He's showing he's readily showing slowly but surely showing progress over the course of his Canyon career. That must be pointed out. Even though he's not the fastest, he's definitely the one who's making the most progress, and that must be commended. Then we got Multi from Team DER, who actually was there in 353. We haven't seen them in a couple of Smurf Cups, actually. Then we've got, let's see, Max Reuter, one of the newer players I've seen. It seems to have been found. I have never seen him in the Smurf Cup, actually. Then we've got Harse, one of the admins from Team Smurf, and one of the organizers of the Smurf Cups in both Canyon and Valley. Thank you, Hockey, for the follow. Really appreciate you supporting the hustle again. Thank you very much. Then let's see who we got else. We got Fat Kid from Team AD Racing. No, actually, it switched at the wrong time. That must be. Oh, actually, Fat Kid may have left. No, he's in a spectator. So let's see. We also got Fat Kid, who's probably going to be in as just a simple spectator in here. Fat Kid is member of Team AD Racing, one of the other teams that will duke it out in the CEP Grand Final. Then we also got React from Team Smurf, one of the regulars of the Smurf Cups, be it in Canyon or Valley. Then we got Morodin, one of the surprises that got sprung up, a really competent player all around, and was really able to take a fight for the top 5 spots, and eventually came out in P4 in last week's Smurf Cup, and even managed to win a round against Mebe and Cloud, taking advantage of each other's mistakes to actually move through and take a round win on Elevated by Zombak. Let's see who else we got. We got Butifara, maker of Drive-By Stalking, a map that we're going to be playing later on. It is going to be the 4th map, and a well-known map maker for his that is well known for his Trackmania Turbo-esque vibe that each of these tracks contains. So we'll get to see that a little bit later on. Let's see if we got anyone else. Oh my God, we got Papa's Bierbauch in the Toyota Cresta. It has actually been a while since I've seen Papa's Bierbauch in be it in the Smurf Cup or even at all in Trackmania, so it is really good to see him back. Then we got Timmy Dash, one of the top 10 contenders during the last Smurf Cup. Ended up being just shy of it though, I think at P11 or P12 or something like that. Then I think we pretty much done everything. Oh, we also got CC here from Team Q, originally mostly a Stadium player, also member of the DDE admin team, responsible for the 6-hour and 24-hour events. He actually just led the server, so he may not have been interested in playing. That's a little bit unfortunate. We also got Blackwell. Actually, CC and Blackwell are going to be taking part of the Crota Cup events in Stadium. It's not going to be cast by me, though. It's just pointing it out. It is going to be a F1 style cup with real racetracks, so it will be interesting to see how they perform in there. They're going to be performing with Skinner Anto. And I think we've pretty much covered everyone who's in there. So yeah, we've got 4 minutes, less than 5 minutes before the start of the race, of the cup itself. So hang tight, everybody. We're just going to take a short break. I'm going to get a little bit of hydration. I'll be right back. And we are back after a little bit of a hydration break that was a little bit needed. It is actually very hot. Not very hot, but it is pretty hot where I currently live right now. We're currently sitting at around 23 degrees in France. I got the window a little bit open, but not too much. I got a little bit of a phobia with insects, but that's a bit of an aside then. So here we are, 19:58:46. So we're less than 2 minutes before 8 o'clock, top of the hour. And after that, we're gonna actually wait until the end of the map before the Smurf Cup starts. So then, again, it will be a battle between the two Hype Boys guys, Mebe and Cloud. Mebe, the current champion, and Cloud, Mr. Smurf Cup, who won 5 Smurf Cups in a row, and only gave up the title on Smurf's Cup number 357, which he was not able to attend. Other battles that will be interesting will be Morodin. He's actually been able to spring a few surprises last Smurf Cup, so we're going to see if he's able to spring more of them, and if potentially mount a challenge for the lead, and potentially an overall win right here. Otherwise, other people who are going to be interesting to follow are Seven, who is able to manage really good runs and capture a lot of points, not on pace alone, and not only by relying on other people's mistakes. As we see the Supra of CC right here with the turbo whistle, as you can hear. Really funny sound. We also got Coco in here from Team Door2Co, French driver, who has not been able to complete the entirety of the SmurfCup last week. He was forced to leave right at the start of map number 4. He will be competing with his own teammate, Seven. Let's see who's gonna come off the better of that battle. We're also gonna have to be following Lex for a couple rounds to see how everything shakes up, and it will be interesting to see the perspective of the field being spread out from the back, because oftentimes you will see me chasing the car at the front in order to actually get on top of every battle that there is. But seeing the things from Lex's perspective, especially at the start, is going to be very interesting, as we're going to see this field kind of spread out a little bit over the width of the tracks, and actually see who takes the better line and who gets the whole shot in first, which we're going to be able to see in the bottom right corner with the relative standings. So then, 1 minute and 25 seconds before the start of the cup. Everybody is getting ready. We got a few late joiners, including Fanto from Team TCM. I don't really know that one very well. Fat Kid is also racing, it seems. Yeah, there he is. So Fat Kid from Team 80 Racing, one of the main forces of Team 80 Racing, along with Sneaky. They're competing SCLCP Season 5 final with teammate Scaglione and Cap. Scaglione, German driver, and Cap from France. So, 50 seconds before the start of the cup. I'm trying to find things to say to kind of kill the time here, so kind of bear with me here. So I think we covered pretty much everyone who's going to be interesting to watch in the field. Hasse also can be able to score some good points. He managed to do so last week in round 1 of map number 1. So on Aeon Prime, he was able to score and to get himself into 4th position and grab some valuable points that did end up mattering in the final standings. So we're 20 seconds to the start of SmurfsCup number 359. As I do a little bit of auto promo. No, maybe not. I'm just gonna skip on the promotion, guys, really, right there. I already did it once before we started the stream. I feel like it's enough. I'm really bad at promotion. I really need help. Anyway, so we are about to switch maps and get the SmurfsCup number 359 underway. So here we go. You see the first map on the bottom left corner. It is Aeon Prime by Edjo. So, being the first map, it is considered as to be the easiest to pick up on. Also, one of the more flowing maps, with the first section, the first 3 or 4 CPs that can be done full speed. Thank you very much, Maxi. Hello, Black Shadow. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, so Aeon Prime by Edjo. The first sections, first 3 or 4 checkpoints can be done pretty much full speed, and yeah, it's a very much map that's very flowing, and there is a lot to say about momentum conservation. The current world record is held by Cloud with a 46.391, and the current Dated Mania record is held by Suram, which was done 2 weeks ago with a 46.512. As we see the perspective from Hasse into turn 1, and turn 2 they go, onto CP1. Then you can see it's this very long section, long winding right-hander that can be done full speed. That is to be done full speed to get the most momentum, snapping it directly into a left-hander. Onto the transition they go, and then a little jump transition into a drift for a long left-hander that gets into a U-turn. You saw Hasse make a little bit of a mistake there, but luckily it's warm-up. Then cancel the drift right there for this chicane. Onto CP number 8, then onto this uphill drift right-hander. Checkpoint 9. Another jump into a left U-turn that actually goes on and on and on until the finish. So this was a little preview of Edjo's Aeon Prime by Hasse. We also got Ibo, who just joined in, admin of Mania Exchange, member of Team Way, which is actually a mapping team. Anyway, so we are about to start Round 1, map number 1, and we are underway from this perspective of Ibo. Everybody getting away nice and cleanly into turn 1. There you go. It seems as though... Oh, Solito Zehon catching the wall on the exit there. Who gets the whole shot? It is Coco who gets the whole shot at turn 1. Let's actually try to follow him a little bit. Coco battling with Fat Kid, Mebe, and Moradin in the lead. Cloud in P5. Battling with React actually for P5. Coco making a mistake and going very wide. He's going to drop a lot of places. Dropping down to P14 after checkpoint 5. Let's actually try to follow a little bit some of the other guys in the pack. Let's see where Zeon is. He's actually far down in the field. He's in P17. Let's follow Mebe. Currently battling with Fat Kid, Cloud, and Moradin for the lead. Fat Kid in the lead in front of Moradin. Cloud now overtaking Moradin for P2. Onto the final corners they go. Onto the drift turn. Mebe taking the lead over Cloud. It's going to be over the final corner to decide it. Cloud with a different line. It's going to be the finish line, and Mebe gets it. Mebe in front of Cloud, Fat Kid, React, Frico, Aibo, Moradin, and Harse. Complete your top 8 for map number 1, round number 1. Everybody else finishing their round. In the Toyota Crest that we see Papas Bierbal trying to overtake Max Reuter. Max Reuter is going to finish in P21. P22 goes to Papas Bierbal. Blackwell finishes in P23. Lex finishes in P20. So then, a little bit of a tense battle, a tight group at the front of the pack for the lead here. Talking like a machine gun. Yeah, it's the pacing of the SmurfCup, man. I can't really do anything to it. Anyway, Mebe, we're following him right now for the start of round 2. Going away cleanly through T1. Coco making a mistake, glitching the inside wall, and that's going to drop him down a few places. Fat Kid getting the whole shot. Mebe making a mistake as well, clouding the wall, and that's going to allow a few other people in. Dropping down to P13. Let's actually try to follow Cloud. Oh, Cloud is also a little bit further in the pack. He's in P14, actually, battling with Harse, Zehond, and React. Frico now in P10. Oh, someone actually going very wide. I didn't see the name. Sorry, guys. So, let's see. Fat Kid currently in the lead with the 2/10 gap between him and Moradin. Let's actually try to follow the chaser here, Moradin, for a bit. Onto the uphill right-hander they go. Through the final couple checkpoints. Onto the drifting left-hander that just keeps on going. Fat Kid has enough of a buffer. That's going to be the round in the back for 80 Racing's German driver. Fat Kid finishes in front of Moradin, and Timmy Dash completes the podium. Then follows 7, Cloud, Aibo, Mebe, and React. Everybody else finishing the round cleanly. Sapas Rivlin finishes in 21st, Maxi P19, Blackwell P18, Lex in P20, and as we see, someone with a 200XX, it is McBrody who gets around. No, he's actually way far down in the track, so he will not be able to score any points. He's only at CP number 8, no, CP number 7 if I recall correctly. Yeah, McBrody joining a little bit late. Anyway, so Fat Kid now taking the lead from Mebe with 91 points. Mebe second with 82 points. I think I might have a little bit of a lag on my side since I got a little bit of a late start. Following Moradin for that round, going cleanly through turn 1. Sapas Grivang with an ambitious line, but unfortunately he's going a little bit too shallow in the entry. React getting the whole shot in CP1. CP2, Mebe takes the lead in front of Moradin, and React Fat Kid and React staying in the fights for P4. Let's actually try to follow React a little bit if we can find him. There it is. So there we go. The top 3 pack are right here. React trying to overtake Fat Kid. Someone going very wide. I think it was Moradin. Yeah, Moradin is actually out of the lead battle right now. So it's Fat Kid, React, Mebe, Coco, and 7. Onto checkpoint 8 they go. Mebe into the lead. Onto the uphill left-hander. Mebe has got a little bit of a buffer as they go into checkpoint 9. Onto the final U-turn. That just keeps on. Mebe's got enough of a buffer. It's going to be Mebe finishing in front of React. Yeah, React gets it by 1/100th of a second from Moradin, who finishes in P3. Then follow Coco, Frico, 7, Timmy Dash, and Fat Kid, completing the top 8. McPrody managing to get to the end of the round this time with his 240 SX and finishing in P23. Polyform a little bit too far down to actually be able to score any points and actually reach the finish, so that's unfortunate for him. No points will be scored. So let's see how the standings shake up, and it seems as though, yeah, we got another lead change. Maybe retaking the lead from Fat Kid with an 11-point lead from Fat Kid in P2 with 121, and Moradin is third with 118. Following React this time round for the start. React going cleanly. Sapas Grivlin going for a drift, and that didn't work out. React making a mistake as well. He's way far down in the pack. Mebe getting the one shot at CP1. React to P17. Let's follow Mebe for a little bit. Mebe also having made a mistake, and Maxi making a huge mistake, and that's going to drop him in a lot of places. Mebe down in P11. Let's actually try to follow Cloud a little bit. Cloud is currently in the lead with an 800th gap between him and Fat Kid in P2. Let's actually try to follow Fat Kid a little bit. The chaser here. Battling with Moradin for P2, actually. Moradin may be able to spring a surprise, maybe. Could he potentially battle for the lead over the last couple of checkpoints? Let's see. Onto the uphill drift they go. No, Moradin having made a mistake, dropping a little bit of time, and that's going to allow Fat Kid to mount a challenge for P2. onto the final turn they go. Cloud is gonna get the round, so it's gonna be Cloud in front of Fat Kid, who gets it again by 200ths of a second for Morden and finishes once again in P3, following then are Timidash, Harse, Aibo, Mebe, and Coco. Tapas Rivlin finishing the round, having made a little bit of a mistake at T1, going for the drift routes a little bit late and ending up clouding the outside wall broadside with the the driver's side. McProde going round, finishing in P25. Solid Zehion finishing in P21, Lex in P22, Maxi in P23, and are a few people still not able to finish. And yeah, we got one more round. Fat Kid retaking the lead from Mebe with a 2 points gap between him and the Australian. Morden in third with 159 is still in contention. Cloud is a little bit further away with 147 points. On through turn 1 does Fat Kid go, and he gets the whole shot, 26 thousandths of a second ahead of Morden. Now Morden taking the lead. Fat Kid going a little bit too wide there. Let's actually try to follow Morden for a little bit. Battling with Bebe and Cloud. 2 high boys versus 1 THC player. How is this going to pan out? Cloud with a little bit more momentum takes the lead provisionally, going onto the U-turn. Cloud goes a little bit too wide on the entry, but gets a lot more momentum and overtakes Morden back again for P2. Mebe into the lead, now battling with his own teammate Cloud. Mebe still retaining the lead onto CP9. Morden dropping down to P4. Onto the final drift U-turn. Mebe seems to have it. It's going to be a battle over the finish line again. Cloud with a little bit of an aggressive take, and it's going to be Mebe who gets it. Mebe in front of Cloud, Fat Kid, Morodin, Frico, Reacts, Mixu, and Coco complete your top 8. And with this, we get the first map winner, and it is Mebe12, once again with 214 points. JM Franco, who just joined the server, unfortunately will not be able to score any points as he is a little bit too far from the finish. And McPrody having rejoined the server as well, he must have had a connectivity issue. So yeah, there's a lot of points lost for the German driver. Anyway, so here we are then. 214 points give Mebe the provisional lead. With 207 points, Fat Kid is second, and completing the podium is Morodin with 197. Cloud is fourth with 192 points, and 169 points gives React 5th place. After the map switch, we'll check the full standings. So then, after map number 1, Mebe is in the lead with 214 points. Second is Fat Kid with 207. Morodin is in third place with 197 points. Cloud is fourth, just 5 points behind Morodin. And completing the top 5 is React with 169. Sixth place is Aibo with 158. Seventh place is Frico with 147. Timmy Dash is just 1 point behind Frico in P8 with 146. Coco is in P9 with 142 points, and completing the top 10 is 7 with 138. From 11th to 20th downwards are Mixu, Harse, Butifara, CC, Multi, Blackwell, Maxi, Sapas Rivlin, Papas Bierbauch, and Lex. From 21st to 28th downwards are Solide Zeehond, Rotkapte, Lichas Volke, Max Reuter, McPrody, Polyform, and Bardo, as well as TXT, completing the standings. Then we go on to map number 2, which is Grand Focus from Norplay and Aibo, the second map in the rotation. And considering to be a really flowy map, really easy to pick up on, just like Edjo, but really difficult to get further optimizations to go chase for a good time. The current world record is held by Mebe with a 46.148. Hello Black Dark, thank you for joining in. The current daily mini record is held by Cloud with a 46.314. So, warm-up is currently done. Map 2 is about to start. Let's actually try to follow someone else. Let's actually follow Lex to see a little bit of a different perspective. People going for the drift line at T1. Multi getting the whole shot, but he's going to drop back a lot of places, and we see people scrambling for position. Mebe getting into the lead after CP2. Let's actually go to switch back for the lead here. Mebe, so in the lead in front of Cloud. Cloud has made a huge mistake, and that's going to drop him out of the lead fight, surely. Morodin taking over P2. Frico close behind with Multi and 7. Multi actually holding into the chase. Let's actually follow him a little bit. Oh, he has made a little bit of a mistake and drops down to P6. As we crossed checkpoint number 6, onto the final couple corners we go. Let's see who's currently in second. It seems as though it is Morodin who's in second. Let's actually try to follow him for a little bit. No, it's... yeah, it is. Yeah, Mebe gets the round win in front of Morodin. Frico will get in P3, followed by Timmy Dash, 7, Coco, Aibo, and React. Cloud made a huge mistake at the platform jump, and that's dropped him down to P23. Not the start to the map he actually wanted to have. Fat Kid also having made a huge mistake, dropping down to P26 after JM Franco made another mistake as well, dropping him down to P27. And it seems... no, not everyone has finished. McProby again having issues, and he will not be able to score any points. He did not reach the finish in time. So then, Mebe takes the early lead with 50 points in front of Morden on 45, and Frico completes the podium with 41 points, following Morden for this round. React getting the whole shot after CP1, but dropping out of the fight, and now it's Mebe, Cloud, and Morden after CP2. Cloud and Mebe within each other, battling for the lead once again. Let's see who makes a mistake. Nobody makes a mistake. Morden makes a mistake, actually, and drops down a lot of places. He's going to be dropping down out of the top 10, just like that, at the snap of the finger. He's down in P12. Let's actually try to follow someone else a little bit. Let's follow Mebe, who's going to be battling for the lead with Cloud. No, actually, Cloud made a mistake, and he's got quite a bit of a buffer to Coco, who's currently in P2. Let's actually follow Coco here. Coco trying to claw as much of a gap as possible, but it seems as though gap seems to be continue to open as they enter the final couple corners. Half a second between him and Mebe gets another round win. Round number 2 is Mebe's in front of Coco, Cloud, Frico, TXT, React, Morden, and 7. Cloud dropping out of the fight for the lead with maybe a tiny mistake that we haven't seen, but still, not really what he wanted to do after that poor start, that appalling start that he had to round number 1. Lex is going to be a tight call, but he's going to be able to cross the finish line and get the points for P28. So then, Mebe so far has a clean sweep, 100 points out of 100. Coco jumps into second, equal with Frico on 79 points. Let's follow him for this round. Let's follow the French driver from Tortuco as he goes around the first couple of corners and emerges in P9 after the first checkpoint. 7 getting the whole shot, but he's getting into the lead battling with React as well. Oh, making a mistake, and that's going to allow a lot of people through. He's going to be dropping out of the top 10 and potentially even the top 15. Getting a little bit low on the transition there. Down in P17 is Coco. Now let's actually try to follow a little bit someone else. Let's follow Cloud, who's battling with Mebe for the lead. Mebe just 0.06 of a second behind him. Morden is also closely following that fight, looking to take advantage of a mistake by either of the two Hype Boys drivers. Onto the final corners they go. Cloud has got the lead. He seems not to be putting a foot wrong. Can Mebe actually spring a little bit of a surprise, or will Cloud make a mistake? It's going to be over the line, and it is Cloud who gets the round in front of Mebe, Morodin, Fat Kid, TXT7, React, and Coco. Papas Biarbar flipping over the finish line in his Toyota Cresta, finishing in P19. Harsa finishing down in P23. McPrody in P22. Blackwell in P20. Lichas Voka in P21. And Sapas Grivlin is going to be able to finish his round down in P27, Lex finishing in P25. So, after round number 3, Mebe has got still the lead with 145 points, and Morden springs back into position 2 with 118. Coco is in 3rd place with 109. Let's actually try to follow 7 for this round, who's managed to grab a good few points by classifying himself into the top 8, but he's got a really weird line through there, so he's not going to be able to carry as much momentum and drops out of the top 20 even after CP2. He's down in 23rd place. Let's actually try to follow Mebe, who's currently in the lead. Battling with Cloud once again. Cloud peeking his nose a little bit at the camera. As we can see, he's less than a 10th behind. And Cloud with a much more aggressive line. Mebe making a bit of a mistake. And that's going to drop him down to P5. And actually Morden making a mistake as well. That's going to drop him down even more places. So currently it is Cloud, Fat Kid, Coco, Mebe, and Mixu, your top 5 as they go into the final couple corners. Cloud seems as though he has it. Oh, actually, Cloud does not have it. It's going to be over the line. It is Coco who's going to get the win. Yeah, Coco gets the win in front of Mebe. Oh, we actually got the top 8 that vanished a little bit. Sorry, guys. So we're going to have to wait for 7 to cross the line to actually get the scores. So it is Coco in front of Mebe, Cloud, Fat Kid, Timmy Dash, TXT, Maxi, and Mixu completing your top 8. And with 45 points, the points tally for Mebe gets to 190, and that's going to give map number 2 to the Australian driver. As we're going to see the rankings, 190 points to 159 for Coco. Mebe wins the map in front of Coco on 159, and Morden completes the top 3 with 144. As we see on the bottom corner, first is Mebe with 404 points, Morden is second at 341, and Cloud is still in third with 332 points. We'll check the full map standings after the map switch. So, after map number 2, 404 points give Mebe the lead. Moradin is in P2 with 341 points. Cloud completes the podium with 332 points. On 4th equal are Coco and Fat Kid, both on 301. 6th place goes to React with 280 points. Frico is 7th with 262, equal with Aibo actually. P9 goes to Timmy Dash with 253, and completing the top 10 is 7 with 246. From 11th to 20th downwards are Mixu, Harse, Butifara, Multi, CC, Maxi, Blackwell, TXT, Zoli de Zeyon, and Papas Bierbauch. From 23rd to 30th downwards are Roadcapte, Lex, Sapas Grivelin, Lichas Volke, Der Hunt, McPrody, Max Reuter, Bardo, JM Franco, and Polyform. Onto map number 3 we go then. D2C Amnesia by Rebels from Team Tortuco. This is where we start to get into a little bit more technical stuff, even though this is still a heck of a fast map, a little bit longer than the other maps, with the current local record held by Mebe with a 57.420 and the current Diddy Mania held by Cloud with a 57.641. It will be interesting to see how Cloud is going to be able to retaliate after having 2 maps when he hasn't had the results he was hoping for. He was hoping to start off with a bang and could potentially win the first 2 maps to get himself a good buffer, but it didn't turn out that way, as it was his teammate Mebe who got the head start. Moradin also potentially looking to defend P2 from Cloud, as he is currently sitting just 9 points above the Dutch driver, it must be actually noted. So, the warm-up is about to end. We're actually going to be trying to follow, let's see if we got anyone else. Let's actually follow Zoli de Zeehond, Yelmer, for this round start. Everybody getting nice and clean. No duck cut through the dirt, it seems. Let's see who gets the whole shot in the CP1. Cloud gets the whole shot. Let's see how everything shakes up after this quarter and into CP2. Cloud still in the lead. Let's actually try to follow Cloud if we can find him into the rankings. Yeah, let's actually find him. There it is. Cloud in the lead in front of Mebe once again. Then Moradin in P3, React P4, Timmy Dash in P5. Timmy Dash actually springing a little bit of a surprise going into the top 5 fight. Let's actually see how everything shakes up. Timmy Dash staying in there. Let's actually try to follow this guy. Yep, there he is. Oh, Timmy Dash having made a mistake, and someone also ripped, so that's going to be the round over for him for any chance of a top 5 spot and some valuable points. Let's see how he classifies. Yeah, he classifies down in P19 with 7. Let's actually try to follow someone else. Let's actually try to follow... Yeah, let's actually go back to Cloud, who's dropped out a little bit and let Mebe into the lead. Into the final corner they go, though. Cloud with a little bit more momentum. That's going to be over the line. No, Mebe seems to have it. Yeah, Mebe has it. So it's Mebe in front of Cloud, Moradin, TXT, Aibo, CC, Harse, and Coco complete your top 8. Sorry guys for having missed that overtake for the lead there from Mebe. That was a bit of a mistake on my part. I tried to follow Timmy Dash, who unfortunately had a huge crash entering the first tunnel section of the map, and that cost him dearly, as he was well within the range of a top 8 finish. Such a shame for Timmy Dash, the German driver. So, after map number 1, we got Mebe in the lead again with 50 points in front of Cloud on 45, and Moradin into P3 with 41 points. Let's actually follow Cloud for this round. Cloud getting away cleanly. It seems like it's going to be Mebe who gets a whole shot. Yeah, Mebe gets the whole shot for 8 thousandths of a second at CP1. Mebe into the lead, provisional lead in front of Cloud. Cloud battling with his Australian teammate. Mebe making a mistake, and that's going to allow a lot of people through, and Cloud into the lead more crucially. Cloud in front of Coco, Moradin, Fat Kid, and Zoli de Zeehond. Let's actually follow Moradin for a bit, trying to chase and actually defend P3 from Coco, and it seems as though, yeah, Fat Kid and Coco are really menacing onto the second spot, and it seems as though Moradin has got enough momentum to still get into a battle with Coco and retain P2 as the issue of that battle, and actually gaining ground on Cloud. It seems as though Moradin is really on fire. He's really trying to find some really good pace to mount a challenge for the Dutch Hype Boys driver onto the final corner. There you go, and it seems as though Cloud has got enough of a buffer. Unless a mistake happens, Moradin makes a mistake, and that's going to allow Coco through to P2. So it is good. Cloud in front of Coco, Moradin, Fat Kid, Mebe, React, Mixu, and CC. Really intense fight from Moradin, who was able to actually defend P2 for a long while until that mistake at the final corner, clipping the apex right here, and that ended up panning out in the favor of Coco, who managed to snatch P2 from Moradin's hands and get the extra points out of it. So then, after round number 2, Mebe drops down to second with 86 points, and Cloud gets into the lead. Following Moradin a little bit for this round. Moradin getting away pretty clean. Who gets the whole shot? Mebe gets the whole shot for 6 thousandths of a second. Onto CP2 they go, and it is Cloud that gets the lead now. Morden making a mistake and dropping a lot of places. There goes most of the field by. Dropping down to P21 is Morden. Let's actually follow Mebe. Oh, Mebe having made a mistake as well. Mebe made a huge mistake and drops down to the field. It seems as though we also saw someone from 80 Racing. I think it was Fat Kid. No, Fat Kid is still in contention. We see mistakes left, right, and center. I think React also made a huge mistake there. Cloud is still in the lead. He's not putting a foot wrong when it matters most. Fat Kid is in second with 382 thousandths of a second gap. Let's actually try to find Fat Kid and follow him a little bit. Fat Kid is a little bit further away than he should be, and Coco is going to spring him a little bit of surprise. Fat Kid is going to have to try and defend from P2 with some good lines, but it seems as though he went a little bit wide and allowed Coco through to P2. Onto the final corner they go with a bit more momentum. Fat Kid is potentially going to take P2 over the line, and it is, yeah! Fat Kid gets P2, so it's Cloud in front of Fat Kid, Coco, Mebe, Morden, TXT, React, and 7, completing your top 8. An intense battle for P2 all the way through the final sector. That was really interesting to see. Cloud has really had a buffer that he could manage, but Fat Kid was hot on the heels, and he made a little mistake that could have cost him dearly, going wide into the final few corners, allowing Coco through, but it seems as though he got much more momentum as a result of that and was able to mount the challenge right to the final corner. So then, 145 points give Cloud the lead currently with front of Mebe, who is on 124 points in second, and on 180 points we got Morden in third, following Fat Kid for this round. Going away cleanly. Who gets the whole shot? Cloud gets the whole shot into CP1. Fat Kid currently sitting in P9. Now down in P18 after having made a little bit of a white line through there. It's going to be going back to pretty normal things after some of the slower drivers will eventually make mistakes. Mebe actually made a mistake and he's going to drop down out of the top 10. Cloud's currently in the lead in front of Morden and Coco. Let's actually follow Coco for a little bit. The Chaser in P3. React and Blackwell compete your top 5 so far. Cloud's still not putting a foot wrong. He's defending well from Morden. He's fending off the attacks from the Chilean driver from THC. Let's actually see how this turns out in the final couple corners. Morden potentially trying to make some gap back and mount a little bit of a challenge to Cloud. No, Cloud has got enough of a buffer to manage here. Onto the final corner they're going to go, and it is going to be Cloud in front of Morden and Coco, who actually got overtaken by Mebe, who made a comeback for P3. So it is Cloud, Morden, Mebe, TXT, Fat Kid, 7, and CC, your top 8. And with 195 points, Cloud wins map number 3. It is his first map win of the Cup, potentially the start of a comeback for the Dutch driver. As everybody else finishes the round, Sepas Riva finishing in 22nd, Maxi in 23rd, Lex in 21st. So as we're going to see in the final standings, 195 points gives the win to Cloud, 30 points clear of Mebe, who's in second, and third is Morden with 163 points. The top 3 is as follows. Mebe is still in the lead with 569 points, Cloud gets back to P2 with 527, and Morden completes the top 3 with 504 points. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, after map number 3, Mebe is still in the lead with 569 points, Cloud is second with 527, and completing the podium is Morden with 504. Coco is 4th with 455, and Fat Kid completes the top 5 with 438. 6th is React with 372, 7th is Ivo with 366, 8th is Mixu with 342, 9th is 7 with 329, and completing the top 10 is Frigo with 312, sorry. From 11th to 20th downwards are Timidash, Harse, Butifara, CC, TXT, Multi, Maxi, Blackwell, Zoldezeon, and Papas Bierbauch. From 21st to 30th downwards are Roodkapte, Lex, Sepas Rivlin, De Hunt, McBrody, Likas Vokke, Max Reuter, Bardo, JM Franco, and Polyform. So, map number 4, Drive-By Stalking by Butifara, which we actually see on screen here. We're currently sitting in P5 at the warm-up. A map that is characterized by a really Trackmania Turbo-esque vibe from the kind of like the Trackmania Canyon, Trackmania Turbo Canyon environments. As you can see from the scenery, from the signs, everything was made to give off this Trackmania-esque vibe. So then, the current world record is held by Cloud once again with a 50.312, and the current daily minute is held by Cloud as well with a somewhat slower time of a 50.468. So as everyone finishes their warm-up, I just want to remind you that don't forget that this channel is going to cast the CEP Season 5 Grand Final at tomorrow. 8 teams will be competing for the title of Champion of CEP Season 5. The stream will start at 1940, and the matches are set to begin at 8 o'clock. So don't forget to hit the follow and little button and hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live. Map number 4 about to start. Let's follow Coco for this round. Zapas Riva making a mistake and clouding the wall on the exit there. Roadcaptor getting the whole shot, but it's going to be back to business as usual as we see Mebe getting the whole shot into CP2. Mebe making a bit of a mistake. No, it was Fatkid who actually did that. And Mebe battling with Cloud once again for the lead. Cloud overtaking the lead, and it seems the Butifara made a mistake. No, it's not Butifara. I think I can see this car right there. Mebe battling with Moradin. No, it was Cloud who made a mistake. Sorry. Cloud made the huge mistake as he was in the lead, and thus dropped out of the lead battle and potentially out of the top 20 even. Mebe in front of Moradin and Coco. TXT and Butifara completing the top 5 as they go into the final section with this dirt turn right here. Going a little bit over the bump. This can be pretty tricky and can cost you big time if you end up taking it the wrong way onto the final corner and the jump platform. And oh, Moradin speaking of surprising, overtaking Coco on the last minute for P2. So it is Mebe winning the round in front of Moradin, Coco 7, Aibo, Butifara, Frico, and Harse. Moradin coming back after an intense battle with Coco for snatching P2. Thank you, Lord 0914. Thank you very much for the follow, my man. Appreciate you supporting the hustle of a Frenchman who's trying to keep the pace of SmurfsCup casting. Everything is just so damn fast. You gotta be on it every single time. Anyways, as everybody finishes the round, Mebe gets an early lead with 50 points in front of Moradin on 45, and Coco completes the provisional podium with 41 points. That's directly follows 7 a little bit for this round, who manages to score 38 points for the benefit of P4. So then a few other people making mistakes as usual on the start. Roadcaptor once again getting the whole shot. He's consistent at that, but again, it's going to be back to business as usual, or maybe not. Coco taking into the lead at turn CP2. Now it is Cloud taking the lead once again, battling with Fatkid in Coco battling with Fatkid for P2. Mebe in 4th and TXT in 5th. Coco actually making some ground onto Cloud. Who's going to get the more aggressive line? Coco is going to get it, and Cloud as well. So currently it is the status quo. Cloud in front of Coco, Mebe, Fatkid, and 7 springing into the battle as well. Mebe having overtaken Fatkid for the benefit of P3. Let's actually follow him for a little bit. Coco making a mistake going wide, and that's going to allow Mebe through for P2. Onto the final corners they go. Will Cloud make a mistake and gift Mebe 12 the round win? We'll see over the jump. No, it seems as though everything is safe, so it is Cloud in front of Mebe, Coco, Fatkid, 7, React, Butifara, and TXT. As everybody else finishes their round. Also, just a little bit of a time to actually tell you guys, if you want to actually be notified whenever I go live, so there's the follow button and the bell, but also consider joining my Discord. !! Discord in the chat will give you all the instructions to go there. You'll also get ! schedule to see my streaming schedule. I only currently stream on Saturdays, and that's not likely to change for quite some time. And also, !SCL will give you a little bit more info about what the SCL CEP Season 5 Final is going to be all about. So, 95 points as we start round 3. 95 points for Mebe, the leader, as we currently follow him right now. Roadcaptor getting the whole shot once again, but let's see how everything shakes up into checkpoint 2. Cloud is currently in the lead in front of Mebe, Fatkid, Moradin, and Coco. So it is again a battle between the eternal Hype Boys rivals. Let's actually try to follow Coco for a little bit. Making a mistake and allowing Coco through to P2 and potentially Moradin for P3 as well. Yeah, Mebe is actually down into P5, even letting Butifara through for P4. Cloud currently having a buffer of around 2.5 tenths to Coco, maybe even more, half a second now. He's allowed to do more than manage his space. He's currently going flat out right now. It is to wonder how this man does not make a mistake. He's no Mebe, and Mebe, speaking of which, Mebe made another mistake, and that's going to drop him another few places onto the jump. There you go, and Cloud gets the win in front of Coco. Butifara getting into the top 3 for the first time. Then follow React, TXT, Mebe, Aibo, and Maxi. Everybody else finishing their round. Papas Biarbao overtaking 7, who actually flips at the finish. Does he drop any further places? No, he finishes down in P23. Papas Biarbao finishing P22. Fatkid having made another mistake as well, finishing down in P21. It was not the round that these guys wanted to have. And that's going to allow potentially Cloud to get back into the lead. No, it is actually going to allow Coco into the lead. Wait, let's actually see. No, Mebe retains the lead with just a 2-point lead from Coco, and Cloud gets back into P3 with 118 points. That's going to be an interesting battle, following Butifara for the start of this round. As we see someone full stop picking at in the wall at the right. Multi this time getting the whole shot, not their hunt. Mebe getting back into the lead. Let's actually try to follow Mebe for a little bit. He's got a little bit of a clear gap as well. Oh, I spoke too soon. Cloud and Coco coming back right back at him. Cloud making short work of Mebe for taking the lead. Mebe is not going to be getting down without a fight though. He's going to try to get that lead as soon as possible. Again, the battle between the two teammates, Cloud and Mebe. Cloud still in the lead with less than a tenth of a gap. Cloud going a little bit wider. Mebe getting a bit of a tighter line through there. But now, Coco, having made a stonking corner, overtakes him. And Cloud makes a mistake. And actually, Mebe overtakes Coco. And that's going to gift Mebe the win. So it's Mebe in front of Coco, Cloud, Fat Kid, Morodin, TXT, Bootifara, and Timmy Dash. But that's not going to be enough. Currently, we got 129 points for Mebe, and the 50 points for the win are not going to enable him to clinch the map win. We got one more round to go. As we see other people finishing their round, Lichas Voke is going to be able to rally the finish with 1 second to spare. And there we go, 179 points means one more round. The points tally to equate or even surpass is 180 points, remember. Following Mebe, the current leader, who's just 7 points clear of Coco in second place. So a small bad result finishing down in P3 for Mebe, whilst Coco takes a win, might change everything and give the map win to Coco. Cloud getting really aggressive, taking the lead from Mebe once again. But in the current situation, Mebe still has enough points to warrant a map win. Cloud Mebe in front of Fat Kid, Coco, and Morodin. That's actually going to follow Morodin a little bit, who fell down in terms of points tally. He's only down in P8 with 117 points, 1 point behind Aibo. He's currently sitting in P5 behind Coco. Coco makes a huge mistake catching the bump, and it allows Morodin through the P4 behind Fat Kid, Mebe, and Cloud. Mebe currently in the lead into the final jump they go, and it is going to be Mebe who gets the round and the map win. So it is Mebe in front of Cloud, Fat Kid, Morodin, Coco, 7, React, and TXT. Your top 8 for the final round of map number 4. With 229 points, Mebe wins map number 4. Three maps have been won by Mebe so far to only 1 for Cloud. It seems as though the Australian driver is really set to defend his SmurfsCup win from last week pretty convincingly. So, it was Disc who we actually saw make a mistake earlier in the round. So yeah, 229 points give Mebe the map in front of Coco with 208, and Cloud completes the podium with 204. So currently, Mebe is first with 798 points, Cloud is second with 731, and Coco is third on 663. Right after the map switch, we're going to check the full standings. So, after 4 maps, we got Mebe still in the lead with 798 points, in front of Cloud second with 731, and completing the podium is Coco with 663. Fourth is Morodin with 659, and completing the top 5 is Fat Kid with 572 points. Sixth is React with 530, 7th is Aibo with 504, 7 is 8th with 457, Timmy Dash is 9th with 421, and completing the top 10 is Mixu with 416. From 11th to 20th downwards are Frico, Bootifara, TXT, Harse, CC, Multi, Maxi, Blackwell, Solidzayon, and Papas Bierbauch. From 21st to 31st downwards are Hunt, Roadcaptor, Lex, Givla, McBrody, Lichas Voke, Nixter, Max Reuter, Bardo, JM Franco, and Polyform. On to map number 5 we go, Anoia by Ratcho. Whenever you hear the name Ratcho Volker in any exchange, you can only expect really flowy maps all about momentum conservation, just like it was during maps number 1 and 2, which were Aeon Prime and Grand Focus. But that doesn't mean that it gets any less technical here, as getting the right line is absolutely crucial for being able to put up any of the fight against the quicker guys. So currently the current world record is held by Cloud with a 46.736, and the current Diggy Media record is currently held by Cloud as well with a 46.928. We're going to be trying to follow someone a little bit further down the field. Let's actually try to follow, let's see, Frico. Yeah, we're going to be following Frico for the start of the rounds right here. So, Warm-up done. Map number 5 about to get underway. We're going to see that from the perspective of Frico. Currently sitting into the top 10. Onto the first turn they go, and into the tube section. One of the peculiarities of the map is this particular tube section, which is easy to get wrong and lose a lot of speed. Fat Kid getting the whole shot after CP1. Let's see how everything goes after CP2. It is Morden who gets the lead. Let's actually try to follow him if we can find him. No, let's actually try to follow someone else. Mebe currently sitting into P7, getting back into the lead. Cloud as well, making short work. Oh, Coco with a humongous flip right there. That was a huge Tony Hawk moment we saw right there as Coco went flipping in the air. Almost felt like Peter Dumbrick at Le Mans in 1999. Morden currently into the lead with Cloud close behind and Mebe into P3, followed then by Fat Kid and Timmy Dash. It's going to be over the final corner to decide. Can Morden hold the lead? It seems as though he can, and he's going to get the win. Yes, he does! So, first round win for Morodin in front of Cloud, Mebe, Fat Kid, Timmy Dash 7, Bootifara, and Road Captical putting your top 8. A huge flip though from Coco, who still manages to clinch P18 in front of Lex. But boy, oh boy, seeing that from the perspective of Mebe was absolutely majestic. That was something else. Mebe having made a good comeback from the depths of the top 10 to actually get back into P3 and score again some valuable points that are still going to matter in the final ranking. Morden getting the early lead then in front of Cloud and Mebe. Let's actually follow Fat Kid for this round. Drifting through the turn into the tube section. Fat Kid emerging in P2 and just behind Morden. Cloud and Mebe also getting into the mix, but Cloud having made a huge mistake, went really wide and drops out of the top 5 fight. So far it is Morden in front of Mebe, Coco, Fat Kid, and React for your top 5. Morden still holding the lead with a little bit of a buffer to Coco, 1.5 tenths. It's not a lot though. Fat Kid with the more aggressive line gets a lot more momentum, and actually Morden make a mistake and drops down from P1 to P4 just like that. Coco taking the provisional lead in front of Morden, who actually manages to fight back. Onto the final corner they go. Who's gonna get it? Mebe trying to overtake the lead. Potentially no, it is Coco who's gonna win the round. Redeeming it after that horrendous flip in round 1. Coco wins the round in front of Mebe, Morden, Fat Kid, React, TXT, Cloud, and 7. Oh, it wasn't a Toyota Crested, it was a Nissan Skyline. Oh my god. I thought it was a Toyota Crested from the back. I'm really sorry guys for my lack of car knowledge. Racing game player knows fuck all about cars. That's my subtitle right there. So anyway, after round number 2, we still got Morodin in the lead, it seems. Yeah, Morodin in the lead with 91 points in front of Mebe with 86 points, and Cloud is in third with 77, following this time 7 for this round. Going through the tube again. Oh, React having a lot of... Oh, a double corkscrew flip, and he's still able to continue. 7 with a huge stall points there, but that drops him down to the depths of the top 30, it seems. And we also saw like React making a mistake and actually falling into the tube. Let's actually try to get back into the lead. Mebe making a huge flip right there. He's going to drop a lot of places. He was in P2. Unbelievable scenes. The leader's also making a huge mistake, as we see Cloud getting into the lead in front of Fat Kid and Morodin in P3. Morodin trying to challenge Fat Kid for P2. Cloud getting potentially caught back by Fat Kid. Over the final corner they go, but it seems as though the buffer will remain the same, or will it? No, it is Cloud who's going to win in front of Fat Kid, Morodin, Coco, who manages to just get back into P4, React, TXT, Mixu, and Hase complete your top 8. Again, unbelievable scenes. We saw 7 with this huge corkscrew flips after hitting the rock, huge style points there, but also as we switched to Mebe, he was in the middle of the wall already, so he must have already made a mistake and clinched an inside wall or have had a bad landing in order to warrant that absolute disaster to happen. But anyway, let's see how the standings shake up, because it's a little bit of a crazy one, I must admit. And yeah, Mebe dropping down to P5 as a result of that, from P2 to P5 just like that. Morden still in the lead with 132 points. We're gonna follow him for this round. Cloud is in second with 127 points, and Fat Kid is in third with 121. Who gets the whole shot? Cloud gets the whole shot after turn 1. And already the top 3 emerges. Cloud in front of Fat Kid, battling with Fat Kid for P1. Morden close behind in front of TXT and Coco. Cloud getting a little bit wide again, so that's going to allow a lot of people through. Fat Kid inheriting the lead. Morden trying to put up a fight and mount a challenge to Fat Kid. He actually takes the lead right now with a much tidier line through there than the German driver had. Onto this corner they go. Again, tidy lines from the Chilean driver. Let's actually follow Fat Kid a little bit. Who's going to be the chaser here? And the chaser gets overtaken by Mebe and Coco, and he drops down to P4. Coco will make a mistake, and that's going to allow Fat Kid to go back to P3. Onto the final corner they go. Morden has got a safe bother. It is Morden in front of Mebe. Oh, where is it? Yeah, Mebe gets to the finish a little bit raggedly for P2, and Fat Kid completes the podium in front of, and they finish in front of Coco. TXT, it seems. Oh, Cloud missing the mistake, missing the finish right there. And yeah, it doesn't seem as though we have the top 8. Yeah, we're gonna get the top 8 really quickly, so let's actually see. So it was Morden in front of Mebe, Fat Kid, Coco, TXT7, Bootyfara, and Timidash. Really sorry about that, guys. I should have known a little bit sooner. Miss has joined the server as well, so has joined the server a little bit mid-game. We're currently in the middle of map 5, so it's gonna be a case of grabbing as much points as they can. 182 points gives Morden his first map win of SmurfsCup. So currently, Mebe is in front with 942 points in front of Cloud with 865. Morden is in third place with 841 points. We'll check the full standings right after the map switch. So then, after map number 5, Mebe is still in the lead with 942 points, Cloud in second place with 865, and completing the podium is Morden with 841. Fourth is Coco with 802 points, and Fat Kid completes the top 5 with 734. Sixth is React with 633, Ibo is 7th with 598, 7 is 8th with 565, Timmy Dash is 9th with 533, and completing the top 10 is TXT with 522. From 11th to 20th downwards are Bootyfara, Mixu, Harse, Frico, CC, Multi, Maxi, Papas Gerbauch, Zolente Zeehond, and Blackwell. From 21st to 33rd downwards are Hunt, Roadcaptor, Lex, Sapas, Grivelin, McPrody, Lichas Voke, Mixter, Max Reuter, Bardo, JM Franco, Polyform, and Discs and Vaking. So then we go on to map number 6, the second to last map, elevated by Zombak, from Russian driver from Team Quantum. We get into really technical stuff with a pretty tricky start and some pretty tricky drift sections as well, and a really risky line through there. Well, not risky, it's actually really hard to get the line through there. That particular corner we saw Miss actually missing, pardon the pun. And yeah, so currently Cloud holds the record with 902, with 49.268, with a 49.392, getting the Dedimania record again from Cloud. This is the map where we saw actually Cloud floundering in his challenge against Mebe to get back into the lead of the overall standings, and that was the deciding map, and those mistakes that he made was the deciding factor for the win at SmurfScup number 358. So then, map number 6 is about to start. We're going to be following Mist for this round. Onto the start, we don't go full 180 through there, you go through the little gap and onto CP1. Currently, CC gets the whole shot. It seems as though he gets into the lead pretty easily. Oh, making a mistake as well. No, he's still in there, As we see Roadcaptor as well into the fight. Cloud gets into the lead. Let's actually try to follow some of the guys who are at the lead. Mebe. So, currently it is Cloud, Coco, Morden, and Mebe battling for P number 1. Currently, after CP number 4, it is Cloud in front of Morden and Mebe. Coco being overtaken by Mebe as we speak for the benefit of P3. And actually, maybe short work of Cloud. No, Cloud still remains in the lead. He got so close to hit the wall, though. That could have been the end of it. Onto the final corner they go. Now, this is where Cloud made mistakes that cost him the overall win right here, but he hasn't put a foot wrong. He learned his lesson, and over the line it is going to be Cloud in front of Mebe, Moradin, 7. Then following are Harse, React, and Fat Kid, and Frico complete your top 8. So sorry again for the little bit of a mistakes in the speech there. It is a little bit hard to keep up. Plus, there's a lot of heat again in my room. We're close to 23 degrees outside temperature. We still got the window open. I haven't got any hydration breaks so far. I will get one at the end of the stream. Don't worry, I'm gonna be fine. So, by the way, don't forget to so again, follow and hit the bell. And if you want to join Discord, !Discord, or link into the Twitter bio. Into the Twitch bio, sorry. So then, Cloud in the lead with 50 points in front of Mebe with 45, and Morden gets the third spot with 41. The whole shot is got by Coco after CP1. Let's see, Cloud making a mistake and dropping down a lot of places. Mebe emerging in the lead as we're gonna go into CP2. It's going to be Mebe in front of Coco, Moradin, Fat Kid, and 7. Oh, it was also, so I forgot to point out, Moradin has got a right car now. He actually had a body swapped car with the rear facing forwards. That's a bit of a funny anecdote. Anyway, Mebe in front of Fat Kid, Coco, Moradin and React for your top 5. Mebe having a safe buffer. Coco making a huge mistake with a huge wall cloud. And that's going to allow React through to P4 and 7 to P5. Onto the final corners are the top 3 going right now. Mebe is still having a little bit of a buffer. He does not need to make a mistake right now. And it is going to be Mebe taking the win in front of Fat Kid, Moradin, Cloud 7, Zayhond, Timmy Dash, and Frico completing your top 8. So we're going to have another lead change here with 95 points. Mebe is going to take the lead from Cloud, and Cloud seems as though he's going to be potentially dropping to P3, maybe? I'm going to have to see that. Lex currently finishing the round in P27 behind Nisha SmurfCup by 2 seconds, actually less than half a second. So then we're going to see Mebe jumping to the top of the standings, and Cloud remains in P2 with 88 points, and Moradin remains in 3rd place with 82 points. Let's actually try to follow someone a little bit further back, following Timmy Dash for this round, currently sitting in P8 with 56 points. Managing to get a solid haul of points and get into the top 10 and managing to stay in the fight, which is really interesting to see. So then, Cloud in front of Mebe, Timmy Dash, Moradin, and Fat Kid. Timmy Dash dropping down to P6 after being overtaken by Coco. It seems as though someone made a mistake. No, it seems as though the pack still remains fairly tight. Timmy Dash having lost a lot of momentum and allows React through to P6. Timmy Dash down to P7, and Moradin made a mistake, and that drops him down a lot of places. Mebe versus Cloud once again. Let's actually see. Cloud currently in the lead. Mebe the chaser, less than 1/10 of a second apart. Onto the final corners they go. Let's see if Cloud makes the mistake. No, he goes close to the wall, doesn't touch it. That's what cost him really dearly last week, but he doesn't really do it. He learned the lesson once again. It is a Cloud in front of Mebe, Coco, Moradin, 7, React, Multi, and Mixu. But it will not be enough for Cloud to actually retake the map lead. It is still going to be Mebe leading with a 2 points advantage over Cloud. As we see everybody finishing in the round. Maxi will not be able to finish. He's a little bit too far behind and will not be able to score points. Sorry for making you type !Discord into the chat, Maxi. I feel a little bit responsible for you not being able to score points. Anyway, so 140 points give Mebe the lead. 2 points in front of Cloud on 138. Moradin is in 3rd place with 120, following Mebe again for this round. Mixu getting the whole shot into turn 1. Cloud emerging in front of Moradin and in front of Mebe. So Cloud, Moradin, Mebe, 7, and Coco, your top 5. Let's actually try to follow Coco a little bit. But if we can find him, let's see. Coco currently down in P13, which is really surprising. He was able to get a lot of points. He actually made a mistake and dropped a lot of places, overtaken by Hasa for the benefit of P11, and actually overtakes him back. Aibo making a mistake as well, dropping out of the top 10 fight. Coco making short work of Mixu, trying to pick out as many people's mistakes as he can. Cloud currently chasing Mebe and Moradin for the lead. And it seems as though Mebe is going to get yet another map win. I think it is 4-2 as I currently remember. Mebe finishing in front of Cloud, Moradin, 7, Papas Bierbach, Coco, Timmy Dash, and Frico. With 190 points, Mebe wins map number 6. So far, Mebe has won maps number 1, 2, and I think also 4 and 6 then. So it is 2 maps for Cloud, 4 for Mebe. And it seems as though the standings look to be firmly set. With only 180 points until the map is considered done, there's no way that Cloud could potentially get it if the gap is further than that. So, Cloud finishes second with 183 points, Mebe wins the map with 190. Let's see the standings. Mebe in first place with 1,132 points, Cloud is in second place with 1,048 points, and Moradin is third with 1,002 points. So there's still a mathematical chance for Cloud to be able to overtake Mebe for the overall win, but that's going to be heavily relying on mistakes from the Australian driver. Let's actually check the results right here. Onto the final map we go. So Mebe in the lead with 1,132 points. 1,048 points give Cloud second place, and completing the top 3 is Moradin with 1,002 points. Only these 3 drivers made it past the 1,000 points barrier so far. 4th is Coco with 904 points, and completing the top 5 is Fat Kid with 855. 6th is React with 720. 7th is 7 with 713. Aibo is 8th with 683. 9th is Timmy Dash with 639, and Haksa is 10th with 601. From 11th to 20th downwards are Mixu, Butifara, Frico, CC, TXT, Multi, Papas Bilbao, Solid Zejon, Maxi, and Blackwell. From 21st to 35th downwards are Hunt, Roadcapta, Lex, Sapas Grivlan, Nixter, McPrody, Lishas Voke, Yandul, Miss, Max White, Bardo, Vaking, JM Franco, Polyform, and Distix. So then, the 7th and final map, the closer of SmurfScup number 359, is Mookbark from Ibo, which I consider to be one of the best maps that have been made for this map pool. Somewhat technical, but still pretty easy to pick up on. Not that much about momentum conversation, but all about getting all your drifts perfectly right. Currently, this man you see in screen Cloud has the record with a 45.505, with a 45.665, getting the Dedimania record also to his name. Again, do not forget, tomorrow is going to be the CEP Season 5 Grand Final, and don't forget to tune in at around 1940 on this channel as we're going to be going live with the Grand Final, and the matches are set to start at 8 o'clock, top of the hour, Central European Summertime. Anyway, map number 7 about to get underway as we're going to be following Ibo for the start of the round. The map maker, administrator of Mania Exchange, as we see Mebe making a mistake and dropping out of the fight already. Cloud getting the whole shot in. Seems as though Ibo emerges into the top 5 contention, which is a real surprise. Coco getting into CP2 as the leader, but it seems as though Coco also makes a mistake, and that can promote Ibo into P2, Butifara into P3, React in P4, 7 in P5, and Cloud into the lead. Ibo making a little bit of a mistake, dropping down from P2 to P4. Reacts into P2. Butifara making a mistake, and actually 7 with a stonking corner gets back into contention and goes into P3 just like that. Moradin also getting into the mix. Let's actually try to follow someone. Let's actually try to see if we can find. Anyway, let's actually follow React, who's currently sitting in P2. Cloud has got a little bit of a buffer, so that's going to be an easy win for Cloud. So it is Cloud in front of React, Moradin in P3, 7 is in P4, then follow Timidash, Ibo, Fat Kid, and Butifara. Ibo actually having emerged as a surprise here, as we saw Mebe getting a huge mistake already. That could be the signal that Cloud needed to give him the incentive to push and actually claw all those points. Every point is vital right now for him to get the win. As we saw, there was like less than 100 points between him and Mebe, so there are still all chances. Currently, Cloud in the lead in front of React and Moradin. Let's actually follow React a little bit for the start of this round. Who gets the whole shot? Mebe gets the whole shot. He learned his lesson and thus emerges back in front. Mebe in front of Fat Kid, Coco, React, and Mixu. This time it seems as though we don't see Cloud. Yeah, Cloud is actually in there in P2. We actually see him on screen. There it is. Cloud with a much tighter line, Cloud with a much less tidy line than some of the other guys. He drops down to P3, P4, actually gets back into P2 on momentum alone. Let's actually see who makes a mistake through that corner. Nobody seems to have made a mistake. Mixu with a very wide line, catches the wall on the exit, and that's going to allow React to get back into P5. Coco and Fat Kid fighting for the benefit of P3. React with a really wide line through there, drops a lot of momentum, and that's going to allow Moradin to get back into the fight, and so far it is Cloud currently winning the round once again in front of Fat Kid, Coco, Mebe, Moradin, React, Frico, and Timidash. React managing to keep the benefit of No, he actually got overtaken by Moradin towards the end for P5, which is a bit unfortunate. CC finishing the round in P21, Hasa finishing down in P18. So, maybe grabbing a few vital points there with P number 3 or P number 4. Yeah, it was P number 4. McPrody not able to score any points. Let's see how the standings shake up. So far, Mebe in P6 with 66 points. Actually, 6 equal are Timidash, Door, 7, and Mebe with 66 points. Cloud still in the lead with a clean sweep, 100 points out of 100 in front of React and Moradin, who's currently 30 equal with Fat Kid. Cloud still getting the whole shot at CP1 in front of Mixu, Mebe, 7, and React. Let's actually try to follow some of the other guys. Let's actually try to follow Fat Kid a little bit. No, I didn't want to see the profile. There we go. Fat Kid a little bit further down the pack with battling with Coco for the benefit of P11. Yeah. And Coco made a mistake, that's going to allow him to P11. Frico making a mistake, and that's going to allow Fat Kid to get back into the top 10. Let's actually try to follow React a little bit, who's made a mistake. And, no, he's not made a mistake. He's still into the fight, and that actually overtakes Moradin for P3, potentially. No, he dropped another few positions due to that wide line, as we see, as we're going to follow Cloud. If I stop misclicking, Cloud is going to get the win in front of his teammate. No, in front of Moradin, Mebe, Ibo, Mixu, 7, React, and Fat Kid. Sorry a little bit for the blunder here. There was a little bit of a lag right there between the first finish and when we got the top 8. I'm really sorry about that, guys. There was a little bit of an issue with my DSL internet. Not the one that I use for stream, the one I use for actually seeing the cup. I can't really do anything about it. Really sorry. Anyway, so 150 points for Cloud. Cloud is still in the lead. Let's see how everything shakes up. And so 150 points for Cloud gave him the lead in front of Morden on 122 points. Mebe is currently sitting in P4 with 107. So far, Mebe still got the win. Let's see how everything shakes out. Following Cloud for the final round. Mebe getting the whole shot into CP1. 11 thousandths in front of Cloud. Let's see who gets the whole shot into CP2. Mixu gets it, but he's got a little bit of a weird line through there and drops out of the contention for the top 5 fights. Mebe in front of Cloud, React, Coco, and Morden after CP3. Cloud battling with Mebe once again for the lead. Coco emerging into the fight as well. Coco with a little bit more momentum. He's able to maybe overtake. Yeah, he gets the provisional lead so far. Let's see how everything stacks up. Mebe not going down without a fight. Onto the final corners they go. Cloud is still going to be able to hold the lead, but it is going to be SmurfsCup number 359 win for Mebe, who finishes in second this round. Cloud in front of Mebe, Coco, Fat Kid, Moradin, Mixu, 7, and Aibo complete your top 8 for the final round. It is a clean sweep for Cloud, but it is not enough to dethrone his teammate Mebe 12. The Australian driver from Hyde Boys wins SmurfsCup number 358. GG's to everyone, even those who actually languished a little bit towards the back of the field. It was a really good cup to actually witness. But we're not over yet. We're not over yet. Well, the cup is over, but we're going to check the full standings right after the map switch. So, here are your final standings for SmurfsCup number 359. Mebe 12, the winner once again. Whoa! Everything got loud all of a sudden. Sorry, guys. Holy crap, what the heck just happened? Or maybe was it my headset? I don't really know what happened there. Everything just became loud all of a sudden. Anyway, so Mebe 12 is the winner with 1,284 points. Cloud finishes in second place with 1,248 points. Completing the podium is Morden with 1,160 points. 1,036 points give Coco P4, and on 1,000 points dead is Fat Kid finishing in P5. So the top 5 over the 1,000 points barrier. 6th is React with 855 points. 7th is 7 with 845 points. 8th is Aibo with 811. Timmy Dash is 9th with 761. And P10, completing the top 10 is Mixu with 696. Thank you very much, Maxi. I really appreciate the kind words there. I was trying to keep up with everything that happened there. It was really, really difficult again. The pacing of the Smurf Cup is such that it is somewhat difficult to get everything right. Okay, so sorry. I think it must have been my... Yeah, it was my game chat. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm just gonna bump the volume back up a little bit so that we can hear the glorious sounds of Trackmania once again. Okay, so we got so we're back in business. So going back through the standings, 11th is Butifara with 665. Arsa is in 12th with 659. 13th is Frico with 635. 14th is CC with 602. 15th is TXT with 522. Multi is in 16th with 511. 17th is Solid Zehon with 460. 432 points give Max CP 18. Papas Pierre is in 19th with 425. And Blackwell completes the top 20 with 402. Then we go down to those who were not regular scorers or maybe did not score as many points as they would have liked. Hunt finishes in 21st with 355. Lex is in 22nd with 304. Sapas Rivelin finishes in P23 with 288 points. 24th is Roadcapta with 271. Nixter is in 25th with 157. Lechas Voke finishes in 26th with 148, and McFrodi finishes in 27th with 134 points. 27 drivers managed to score over 100 points in this Smurf Cup. Then 28th is Yandel with 84, 29th Miss with 37, 29 points for 30th place are for Max Reuter, 31st is Bardo with 28, Vacking is in 32nd with 23, GM Franco is 33rd equal with Yogosun on 19 points. Polyform is in 35th with 13 points, and finishing in last is DistX with 4 points. So that was it then. SmurfsCup number 359 is over. Hello Moradin, thank you very much for joining in. Nice third spot, by the way. Nice to see you get on the podium. You really managed to get a lot of you managed to mount a good challenge through there. I really commend your efforts to actually bring down the high boys dominance, even though it wasn't really to be this time round. I hope you guys can actually keep the fight going with, between you, Mebe, and Cloud. It was really fun to watch. Anyways, guys, so again, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna switch the end scene right there, but I'm not completely over. Again, I remind you that there is this SCL CEP Season 5 Grand Final coming up tomorrow, so don't forget to tune in on this stream. 8 of the best Canyon teams are going to be contending for the coveted SCL CEP Season 5 Champion title. The stream will start at 1940 Central European Summertime, with the matches set to start at around 20 Central European Summertime, top of the hour. So don't forget to join in. We're gonna have a little bit of a briefing at the start of everything. Present the teams, present the format, whatever. It's gonna be bananas. It's gonna be the biggest thing. It's gonna be potentially my biggest thing I've ever casted so far. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So, anyways, I'll also see you next week once again with SmurfsCup number 360, which is gonna be the last SmurfCup for the month of June. And after that, we're going to get a new map rotation for the month of July, which is going to be on July number 6th, on July the 6th, with SmurfsCup 361. Again, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you all, not next time, which is tomorrow. Godspeed, people!